There is a man by the name of Joseph St. Clair. He's an Air Force veteran. He is left behind there. There's another man by the name of Joe Castaneda, who is an active duty Navy SEAL. This guy, a hero, 20 years in the military, multiple tours overseas fighting for America. They came and snatched him out of his hotel room, saying that he was trying to conduct an overthrow plot, an assassination attempt of Maduro. Our State Department says that's totally bullcorn. So how do we get these men back? The media remains silent. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it in the State Department. And once I learned that we have American military members, a veteran and an active duty Navy SEAL, hell, folks, I'm going to do everything I can to blow the whistle on this one, sound the alarm, and get these men back on U.S. soil. I want to bring in with me now the brother of this captured Navy SEAL. His name is Christian Castaneda. Christian, I appreciate you coming on the program tonight, and I'm so sorry for what you're going through, your family, and, of course, what Joe is going through. I'm having problems hearing Christian, guys, in the studio. Christian, are you there? Yep, I have no audio from Christian. Maybe we can get that taken care of as we talk about this just a little bit. I don't know if that was going out on air, but I was getting no audio into my ear, just to give the folks in the booth a little heads up on how to fix the problem. Here's an issue that I'm very concerned with. The issue is that Joe Castaneda, the Navy SEAL, has not been paid. Now, how is the United States military suspending his pay when he's a hostage? Apparently, it's some kind of record-keeping bureaucratic craziness, but we need to get him and his family. He's a father of 4. We need to get them their pay, back pay, and start getting him paid so his family can take care of himself while he is held in captivity. The other thing we need is proof of life. We did get word that one of those who was released had seen him alive as early as the end of January, which is good news. All right, I want to bring back in Christian Castaneda. My apologies, sir. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Grant. I really appreciate you having me today and allowing me to share my brother's story with you.
All right, so first and foremost, let me ask you, he hasn't been paid by the United States military? What in the world is going on here?
Yes, unfortunately, pay was removed shortly after. Of course, upon his, he wasn't able to return from his leave, and that caused, I think it's called an unauthorized absence. And, you know, he wasn't officially redesignated as a wrongful detention until March. So with that lapse of time, his pay was paused. But now our State Department has made DOD aware, from my understanding, and they're working behind the scenes to try to restore that. We just hope that it's sooner rather than later.
All right, there's no excuse that it should last for more than an hour. They can hit a button, but this is the United States government at work. The State Department has declared him a hostage, so there's no excuse for him not getting paid. We got to make sure that happens. Now for proof of life. Do you know he's alive? I know the Venezuelan government refuses to give you any indication that he may still be alive.
Oh, Venezuela has been very quiet on all things regarding not just my brother, Wilbert Castaneda, but also the other detainees. We did hear from one of the detainees that was brought back by Mr. Rick Grinnell, and who you know, mentioned that he had close proximity to my brother as of January 31st, but we haven't had any proof of life since then.
All right. What is it about this story from Venezuela that says your brother may have been involved in an assassination attempt? The State Department adamantly denies any of that. Can you shed some light on why your brother was in Venezuela and how he was captured by these military police in Venezuela?
Yes, absolutely. So actually, my brother went to Colombia. He went to Colombia, and we've learned, you know, in investigating the situation that, you know, he was visiting several beaches. He was at different bars. He was having a good time over the Labor Day holiday. We do know also that he entered into Venezuela legally. That was also information that was shared with us. But we think that maybe he was tailed or being watched afterwards, and was subsequently picked up from his hotel room, you know, a day, I believe, that the day after.
All right, it would make sense that our enemies would do this, especially Venezuela. It has a history of doing this, to use them, as I said, what they call hostage diplomacy. It's totally wrong, and they'll trump up these charges. I have no doubt that that's what happened. And now let me ask you, Christian, what is it like to watch 6 Americans come home? I'm sure you're ecstatic for their families, but knowing that your brother is still there.
Yeah, it was very hard on our family. We were hopeful to get the phone call that he was one of the detainees that was released. Of course, we didn't have any clue that that was going to happen. We received a call in the late hours of the evening from the State Department that 6 detainees were being released. Just my brother was not one of them. We did, again, hear from the detainees, and similar story, I think, with Mr. St. Clair's son, Joseph, that they've kind of taken a little bit of a leadership position with the other detainees, and it wouldn't surprise me if our 2 military veterans decided to let others go before themselves. As we know, the military likes to say no man left behind, and my brother, and we believe also Mr. St. Clair's son, decided to stay behind to allow others to return first.
Are you amazed at the lack of coverage? I can't believe, look, I do this for a living. I feel like I'm engrossed in everything going on around the country, around the world. I had no idea we had this many American hostages in Venezuela. Are you amazed the lack of coverage of this, the lack of urgency? I don't know if you feel like there's a sense of urgency on behalf of the government. Has anything changed with the Trump administration? How do you feel on that front, Christian?
No, I appreciate the question. I think since the administration changed, things have really accelerated as far as effort. There's a lot more communication, a lot more effort. Obviously, the designation to wrongful detention, we understand, does not typically happen very quickly, and it did in Trump's administration. However, I am surprised that this isn't front page news in a lot of the major media outlets, and also, frankly, surprised that a lot of our elected officials aren't more outspoken about our Americans in Venezuela.